works, and then it doesn't. Do, 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 do. Yep, there we go. And how's the genius this morning?
Doing well, except for the impending doom that we're facing here this morning.
Yeah, it's a lot of doom coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, watching it back last night or yesterday afternoon, didn't make it better.
Nope, it really did not. We really did a lot, though. I mean, considering... I really think John expected us to fight our way out instead of climbing up through that window.
Yeah, I don't know where we go from here either.
No, because we didn't look around or anything.
Ooh.
Hey, there's the man, the myth, and the legend.
Oh, I am? I'm a legend? I'm a legend in my spare time. Have you ever heard that song? Bloodhound Gang, I'm a legend in my spare time. Oh, fuck, I'm on YouTube right now. I just posted an Amaranth song that I'm really digging.
It sounds familiar, but I cannot... I was never a huge Bloodhound Gang guy.
This was a song that someone put on my on an album, a CD, a mix CD, and it was right around the first time I was playing Magic the Gathering, and so legendary creatures were a thing, so
Yeah.
I listened to it a lot at that time. I ended up buying the album. Let's see, copy. Oh, I'm gonna drop this into.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yep. Where's the music?
Wicka, wicka, wicka. I should have been a DJ in my former life.
I can't hear you right now because here, let me pause this. Okay. Now I should be able to hear you.
I said you are so good looking.
Ashes to ashes, funk's too funky. Daddy long legs is a mean ass honky. That's the opening of it. Oh, well, where the fuck's the music channel now?
Oh, I should figure out what music I was using before. Stop pretzel. What?
I will be right back.
Okay, you be back.
So what's going on? What's the good word?
Not a whole lot. Natalie's show choir was did their show choir competition yesterday.
Yeah?
Hosted theirs. Yep, so they were they did awesome last night. It was so funny because their whole theme of their show is time. Like their opening numbers back in time from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And then they're closing with we're heading to the future, we're going to the future by Neil Diamond.
Oh.
And yeah, the whole show is actually really, really very flipping cool. And getting to watch it with all the stuff. I'm watching it last night and they're setting up for it, and they got the phone booth from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on the right-hand side of the stage, and on the left-hand side of the stage, they got the phone booth from Doctor Who, and I'm like, God, it's a shame they couldn't get a DeLorean up there.
Right.
And about the point I say that, they put down a large black box that's got like 1.5 foot tall numbers, like the dashboard from the DeLorean where you can set the time. 3 different boxes, past, present, and future. I was like, fucking cool. It was fun.
That does sound good.
I started using for my homebrew campaign, my Eberron campaign I'm running, I started using the Encounter Creator, which is in beta. And oh my god, is that amazing. If I open it up and have the encounter open, like if I hit run on it, and I tell you guys to roll initiative and you use the app, it automatically fills your initiative and puts you in order.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. I was like, fuck, I've been sleeping on this thing. I start using it more frequently. And then I can track all the hit points of all the creatures right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that sounds like the.
your hit points show up in there. And it's like, hot damn.
That sounds like the Foundry virtual tabletop,
Oh, yeah.
because you can do all dice rolls and all shit. But that's the actual map though.
Yeah, Fantasy Grounds is like that too. Then all the stuff gets connected, but you have to build it all inside there.
You're loud. Why are you so loud? Say words, genius.
I'm too loud. I can move my mic. Is that better? Worse? About the same?
That's
A
better.
little better. I may actually get like a actual mic. Tom, what do you have? Is that just a set of cans on your head that there's no microphone?
You like my cans? These are Anchor Soundcore Bluetooth.
So it's just a headset though?
Wireless Bluetooth. They're really nice. Yeah.
Nice.
I would suggest. I think they were like $60 or $80 or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting something like that, and then just leaving it at Liz's place, and then I don't need to carry this headset back and forth in my bag. It's one less thing I have to carry around because it's in my computer bag. So I will just take my computer bag with me to like D&D, and I'm carrying the headset around. It's like all this other shit in there that's like not necessary. Trying to get down to the bare bones in there if I can.
No, these are totally worth it. They have a 30-hour battery life on them.
Oh, nice.
And you can do audio pass through just by clicking a button back here, and it's noise canceling as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's for what they are, they're fantastic and they sound great.
Cool. Hey, one piece of sorcerer housekeeping, as I figured out after the fact how it actually works. We might have talked about this, but it was so many weeks ago. So because that's the automatic
Jeff,
something.
Hang on a second. Your microphone is rubbing against your collar, and it is making a lot of awful sound.
How about now?
Much better. Yep, much better.
Okay. Sorcerer, how it works for a wild magic sorcerer. If I cast a spell, once per turn, the DM can make me roll a d20 on a natural 1 I roll on the wild magic chart. So it isn't automatically a wild magic thing. Although in the moment it made sense because I was freaking out. So yeah. But there is an ability that the wild magic sorcerer has that basically says I get advantage on the next roll, but if I do that, you can make me roll immediately on the wild magic chart. But then I get that ability back. So it's kind of a toss up. Like I can keep using it over and over and over again, but that means I also have to
roll in the wild magic chart.
The wild magic chart, yeah.
Hey Jeff, do you want to see what I got at Gnome Games yesterday?
I do. Oh wow,
it's so pretty.
It is.
Oh, and it's so flipping cool. It is very real. Grog has a 26 strength.
Yeah.
I was like, what the? I saw Gnome actually posted that on their social media, and I was like, it's so cool.
What book is that, or what is that?
It is the Critical Role updated world book for Tal'Dorei, the Tal'Dorei continent. So their first campaign took place on the continent of Tal'Dorei. Their second campaign took place on
Wildmount.
In Wildmount, which the official D&D book, An Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, was the book for that campaign. So they went back in with The Legend of Vox Machina coming out and everything. They did a redone version of Tal'Dorei. And now I'm hoping that they'll go and do the other continents. I've seen a picture of the world, but I would love Matt to just like do a book for each. And I know it's more than Matt, and it takes a
Hmm.
assload of time, but I'm so proud of them for this book because this is fucking cool. Like this is so much better than the first one they did. And I think that just having experience running the Wildmount book and then the Call of the Netherdeep book
Hmm.
with Wizards themselves, they got a better idea of how to put one of these together. And that is like super awesome. I love
Looks
it.
thick.
Yeah, it's almost twice the size as the original one. So I got different um, backgrounds for subclasses. There's a Bard College of Tragedy, which I was like, oh my god, is that cool? There's a Cleric of the Moon, a Cleric Domain of the Moon, and a Domain of Blood. There is, let's see, the Druid is the Circle of the Blighted. Holy crap. Of course, the Way of the Cobalt Soul, the monk that Marisha played. I kind of wish I had this. The Paladin subclass is the Oath of the Open Sea. And that would have fit Ryan's character in my campaign so well. It would
Yeah,
have
was
been,
that? That was what
Travis
Ford
ended up.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you caught up?
I didn't see this week's episode. I did watch the advertise at the beginning, but I'm caught up to this week's episode.
I did not see this week's episode either, but yeah, that wasn't what I was talking about. And Critical Role spoilers, if you have not been through episode 11 of Campaign 3, fast forward about a minute. Oh, balls, Travis is a werewolf. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was some cool stuff.
Take off my shirt, I take off my cloak, and I set him off to the side. Take out my wood chisel and my hammer. It's so great. I drop my pants, I'm just standing there in my skivvies. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he goes from this little old gnome to this fucking beastly werewolf guy.
Yeah,
What?
I think it was funny though because I think when he took off his stuff, you should have had a lower armor class, and I think he would have gotten hit a couple times. But in the
well,
moment,
if
you're
he's
not paying
not
attention to
wearing
that stuff.
armor,
He has a breastplate on.
oh, does he?
I checked. Well, at least according to whatever the wiki is, the Critical Role wiki site said he was wearing a
well,
breastplate.
they might have said he was wearing a breastplate so that the AC matched up.
Oh, that could be. That could be. Although I didn't watch it until a couple days ago, so hopefully they keep that up to date. But yeah, that was kind of.
And just watching everyone's reactions to that too was fun.
They're definitely having more fun with this campaign. Like they're laughing a lot. I think campaign 2 was real serious for a long time.
There wasn't a
other than Jester.
Yeah, Jester is the lighthearted one in campaign 2. There wasn't someone to bring levity, and honestly, she brings it well enough. But her humor in Jester was 14-year-old boy humor. Because honestly, that's Laura's sense of humor. She's got the sense of humor of a 14-year-old boy, which is fine, and it's good and well. But it's like everyone just knows I think the humor coming through Travis in the first episode or in the first campaign with Grog just being just dumb. He was so good at playing dumb in situations that it caught you unexpectedly. Like you could predict the stuff Laura was going to do with Jester. You just dicks. Draw a dick or something other than her masterful move against that the witch or whatever the hell she was.
Yeah.
The troll witch woman. You could pretty much predict a lot of what she was going to do. Travis even now playing old men. Well, let's see. Hey, good news for you guys. I have the equipment page up. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Nerds, One Quest. I am your host and DM, JC Dittmer, here with these two nerds because we have one on a break. And we will today be continuing. Norm's kind of been plugging it all week on Twitter and social media outlets, and he put a message in our Discord. We are continuing the horror-themed one-shot that we started back in October when one Ryan Crixus Kukdo's out of town. So, do you? Well, oh yeah. Here, let me introduce you guys. that man getting all evil and wickedy is one Tom M. Norman playing Bophades today. He's got an audio problem. So that other guy talking there and laughing.
No,
Oh, there we go.
Stupid fucking mute
Not an
button.
audio problem. It's a user problem.
It's a ID 10T error.
Mm-hmm.
Big ID 10T terror.
Or
good God.
Bebcac. It was a Bebcac, right? Between Bebcac.
I don't know that one.
Lost me on that one.
Oh no!
I think we
Between
lost him
chair
on
and
that
keyboard. Between chair and keyboard.
Oh,
A BCAC. A BCAC. BACK. BCAK. Sorry, between chair.
we'll be there. We'll get
Fucking
there.
God! It's early.
And you thought math was hard.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm slow this morning. It took me all 6 of my answers to get Wordle.
Oh Jesus! Bypass Wordle. Let's go.
That's one Tom M. Norman finding the mute button, being able to talk to us this morning. Still not on Wordle.
Nah, not happening.
Did I-
Not happening. Nope.
Did I send you the image that my girlfriend sent me?
I don't think
It's
so.
Homer Simpson sitting at the bar, and it's a bunch of all the people around him in the bar have the little graphs for Wordle above their heads, and then him is just a question mark.
Accurate.
That other guy laughing, that other gentleman, is the legend, the lore master, the limerick maker, one Jeff Oscar Williams, the one-handed rabbit.
Yeah, I was going to wrap my hand out this morning, but then I thought, no, I'm going to need that for running this side of the show. But I was also going to wear rabbit ears, but I thought my kids would hate it if I drilled a hole through it and smeared it with something, red food coloring or something. So I figured
That would have been.
Oh, that would have
Awesome.
been hilarious. Would have been amazing. Oh, man. So, Jeff, do you have a summary of last time?
I do. I watched it fresh again yesterday, and it tears me as much this time as it did the last time. So
It was good. I'm proud of what we did with that, because that was...
Yeah, we didn't end up with having much left at the end. So I'll try to do this. It may not be in exactly story order, but I'll try to get this. So, Oscar minding his own business out in the middle of nowhere. Bophades on contract to find and capture and or kill that said rabbit wearing vest and pants. Both end up getting clubbed and captured in the process. Waking up chained in a dark dungeon room with an unconscious woman and strapped on a table with a pendulum, a very sharp pendulum, and a guy with a head wound that does not seem like he's been having much for good days recently. Bophades was able to get out, pull the woman from the table, breaking her leg and then fixing it in the process. Oscar got out of his stuff, checking the next room. Found an ogre who decided to come attack them. Bophades using his mage hand to swing the pendulum into the ogre to kill him. They decide to take off, Mercy killing the guy with the head wound in the process after finding out that he really cared about the girl. She was probably his sister, and her name is Claudia, and his name was Callum. He also gave a finger to Oscar. Don't know whose finger it was.
He gave Oscar the finger.
So Bophades with carrying Claudia and Oscar kind of leading the way went through first the ogre's chopping room and then a meat locker where there was a zombie hiding in the dark. In an attempt to make a quick exit, Oscar missed checking for a trap and had his hand cut off while trying to open a door. Ended up cauterizing it with some bonfire. Headed up the stairs through the next door, saw a window 10 feet up, and with the height of Bophades was able to get first Oscar out, then Claudia out, and then making a nice racket, some zombies, and I believe rats I wrote down, I don't remember for sure. While they were attacking Bo, he was able to get out. So we ended up outside at the end of the last episode with a little bit of here's where we are. Bo has 7 hit points. He's naked. He has broken shackles on his feet. He has a crossbow with 1 bolt and a meat cleaver, and he has been carrying Claudia. Claudia is still unconscious, has also no clothes, but is I believe still shackled. Her hands and feet are still shackled because we were able to separate her from the table, but not from the shackles. Oscar has 6 hit points. He's naked, but he's covered in fur, so that's okay. He's carrying around his one hand and also a chisel and a finger from Callum. And I'll let JC, if you want to set up the atmosphere and the location and the day. But first, getting out was just the first trick. Loss of blood or hand is making me sick. We both almost died, and now we must hide. But what should we do with this chick?
Nice. I thought there was going to be a silly rabbit trick for kids in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, Norm, you want to hit me with that delightfully creepy music? So you guys worked your way up the stairs, and you broke the window above. The breaking of the window alerted something on the other side of the door at the top of the stairs. You were able to get Oscar up and out the window, and between the two of you, passed Claudia up and out there. She proceeded to fall on top of Oscar, and he's kind of underneath her as he kind of works his way out and grabs Bophades' arm and helps pull him up. As he's pulling Bophades up, the door slams into his back, and 3 zombies are trying to climb up this door and grab him. You're able to actually pull him up the side of the door, it kind of rubbing down your spine as you climb out and get out of there. They are still there, the 3 of them, trying to fit out this small 2 foot by 1 foot-ish window, maybe 1.5 feet. You kind of scrape yourself a little bit on the glass as you get out. You're bleeding a little bit, both of you, from that. Oscar, you're, like you said, feeling woozy from the blood loss. Looking around, it is cold outside. It's a late fall day. All the leaves are gone from the trees. Looking out to your right, you see a cornfield that runs uphill to, in the distance, you can see a what you believe is some sort of farmhouse, barn. A couple of buildings up there that look like a farm. To your left is woods, as deep as you can see. You don't see an end to the wood line. Which way would you like to go? The corn is old. It's grown full. It would both be, if both of these ducked a little bit, you'd both be able to quote unquote hide in the corn. The woods, like I said, there's all the leaves are kind of gone from the trees, or not kind of gone. All the leaves are gone from the trees. Either way, you believe you would make some amount of noise, whether it's rustling through the corn or rustling through the leaves. It's going to be hard to be quiet going either direction. Visually, the corn would cover you better than the woods, but the woods would be less likely to make noise. You'll make more noise going through the corn than the woods.
Yeah, I'll start with a light a bonfire right in the window frame to
Ooh, nice.
try to keep
Hold
them
that
from
thought.
following us.
Okay.
Okay, while he's holding that thought, Oscar is going to be wanting to find something he can use as a wand or a handful of spell components, specifically firefly or phosphorescent moss, a feather or a piece of down, a piece of leather. Can't read what I wrote there, or some gum arabic, which I believe is like a sappy, like a tree sap, but it might be a specific tree.
You
So,
said phosphorescent moss
or a firefly.
or
That one.
firefly.
A feather, some
Feather?
down, which feather should be not too hard to find.
Down.
A piece of. Is that right? A piece of cured leather. So I might be able to get that actually off of the
Cured
crossbow strap if we can cut a piece off of that, and then I need some gum arabic
gum arabic.
or a wand because that's that would be the easiest because then I wouldn't need any of those.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a question. Can you just pick up a branch or something and use it as a wand, or does it have to be something special?
It has to be something special.
I mean, I could probably make one, but
Crafted.
I'm not. It's going to take longer than
Longer than you have time for.
Have.
Immediate goal is to get out of the zombies way. So you light the bonfire there, and instantly you're not concerned about where to run. You want to try and find some of this. So make an investigation check or a survival check. I think they're the same. They're both intelligence, but you may have a better one. It's up to you which one you want to use. A piece of hair in my eye.
Investigation. I will go with investigation because it's +0.
I did 11 on survival.
Oops. I might have done it twice. That might be good, but it's right underneath. Nope, it's a 10.
Are you looking for something specific? Bophades?
No, I want to get us to a place where we can regroup, take assessment. So I'm gonna say, Rabbit, we should go to those buildings.
Oscar's looking around frantically at the ground. What did you roll?
A
Oscar?
10.
A 10? Yeah, you do not find any of these things that you're looking for, other than you think you might be able to cut a chunk off of the crossbow that Bophades is holding. There's a leather strap on there that you might be able to cut a piece of.
Okay. All right. Which way do you want to go?
Let's. I say we go to the buildings and see if we can't wake her up. At least get out of sight of the building of this house or whatever the hell this is.
So, is there a building closer than the one up past the cornfield?
Nope. That's the nearest building that you can see from where you are.
So head for the corn?
Yep.
All right.
I'll try
It'll be
to
good for camouflage, but slow going. But
that's fine.
All right. So you head up head into the cornfield, and the cornfield moves up the hill. Make stealth checks at disadvantage if you're trying to be stealthy, or are you just running?
I'm running. I don't give a shit.
yeah, if he's making noise, I mean, I think he's still got some shackles on his ankles, so if he's making noise, it doesn't pay for us to go too slow.
Moving through the corn, you're going to make noise too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're
Probably
running.
don't want to cast Create Bonfire now that we're in the corn.
No.
Ooh, that would be a
bonfire
good.
That would have
be
been a
bad.
good distraction.
It would be good if they start going through the corn, though.
Well, they're. What's happening behind you is you guys run in, you hear them yelling and trying to. And trying to climb out of there, and you risk one glance back just before you hit the corn, and you see one of them is like halfway out the window, completely on fire, and just trying to crawl through the fire, and like his arm breaks off as he tries to pull, it snaps, and his head slumps into the fire, and he's left laying on the side of his head in the fire, just kind of yelling at you as the fire like starts pouring out his eye sockets in his mouth.
Does he see us too?
He's looking right at you as he's doing it. He sees where you're going, but you don't think he's going to be able to pursue at all. As you go running into this fire, or not into the fire, into the corn, you're running along the corn up to the towards the other buildings. There's a sudden bang as if a door opened, and you hear more zombies in the distance
Shit.
that seem to be wandering around. They have made it into the cornfield, and you're just as you're running through it, you do hear other motion in the cornfield. There becomes a small opening as you are running through. In fact, you almost run directly into it, Bophades. You stop suddenly as there is a scarecrow on basically on a support in front of you.
Is there something special about it, or is it just a scarecrow?
Looking at it, it actually looks pretty filled out. Like it's a damn good scarecrow. Like it looks really like it's well proportioned, and it's not like overstuffed like most scarecrows seem to be. Whatever happened there. Make a perception check. Whoever put this together did a phenomenal job.
9.
19.
19.
No, I'm sorry, 20. Dirty
20. Both of these just kind of looking at the scarecrow for a minute out and nearly running into it. He's like, "Whoa, that's kind of amazing." Oscar, you peek your head around both of these and you look up at this thing and you can see there's blood dripping out of the burlap sack head onto the ground. There's a small pool of blood on the ground.
I think that's not just a scarecrow. I think that was a person.
Fuck. Let's go.
Leaving him here?
I'm not. We don't have time. We don't have time.
Is he alive? What if he's alive?
Do you want to stay alive? I'm just gonna take off running.
Both of these takes off running up into the corn. What do you do, Oscar? You want to look at it closer?
Is he connected by ropes or how is he attached, and does it look like I could push it over? Maybe even use it as a distraction if they come upon it.
You think you might be able to push over. You're looking to see how he's like connected, and you're kind of up on your toes, and you're looking around the back of it, and it seems to be there's like hooks on the arms, like his arms are sitting in hooks. But on the upright in the back, there's literally a hook driven right up into his back. And you don't think you could actually get him off that hook, but you think you might be able to maybe push it over. It looks like it was buried in the ground kind of recently.
Yeah, I'll push it over. I'll try to push it over.
Make a strength check.
I'm good at these. Not. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm using the fuzzy pink dice to keep it real today. 14 minus 1 is 13.
13. You push on it a little bit, and it gives a little bit. You pull, and you push, and you're pushing and pulling, wiggling, and you're making some headway. And on one of the times you pull, it comes all the way. Make a dexterity check to get out of the way of it as it is falling back.
13. Lucky 13s today.
You managed to get out of the way of it. It has fallen down on the ground. It hits the ground, and there's and it turns its head to you, opens its eyes, and goes right after you.
Oh, great.
What do you do?
Run.
Run? Okay. Let me see. It is going to... let's do this quick.
We don't have armor classes, so it's probably going to hit.
Well, it rolled an 8. So
okay.
It swings at you. You jump over it as it swings an arm at you, being loose. It seems to be being held back by the hook in its back, but it is desperately trying to get off this cross as you break into the corn, following Bophades' path that he is knocking over as you get through here. Um, you eventually come to the opening of a farmstead. Uh, both of these, you break through the corn, and it's all nice. Well, it's not nice cut grass. It's overgrown. This farm looks like it's been abandoned for a good long while.
Not fresh cut grass.
Not fresh cut grass. Nope, no fresh cut grass. Shout out to Sam Riegel, um, and Snoop Dogg. Uh,
Shout out to my homies.
shout out to my boys. The barn door is hanging open and just kind of blowing, and the wind is making it bang. You can hear the zombies behind you, and both of these, you hear a sudden rush of movement off to your right as Oscar bursts out into the clearing as well, carrying his hand and a finger and a chisel. He's got like his hand under his arm, and he's got the finger and the chisel in one hand.
Yeah, I think it's. Do
Uh,
I light up the cornfield, or is that just like
Light it up.
basically telling everybody where we are?
They already know where we. I'm gonna yell, burn it down.
All right, I will create bonfire in wherever looks like it's going to actually take.
Anywhere. This is old, crunchy, dry corn.
All right, so if there's a little pile or some of the ones that would knock down where we walk through, wherever there's the most, I'll try to get it going.
Yeah, you can knock down 4 or 5 of them right away and start a bonfire
Yeah.
right there. That
All right.
spreads rather quickly as the wind blows into the field. Like I said, the barn, you hear them, now you have the fire crackling behind you as it spreads out. Not as fast as you would like, but still rather quickly into the farm field. The barn door, like I said, is hanging open on one hinge, kind of banging against the wall. Beyond the barn, there's a farmhouse, and in between the two of them is what looks like an old grain silo. Some of the bricks missing in it.
I'm going to take a second to look at both, like kind of compare them and see which one I think would be more secure. I'm gonna guess that we're gonna head to the house because it would probably have more stuff in it. But the barn might actually have better weapons.
While he's doing that, can I do another investigation for spell components?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say rabbit.
Never mind.
Let's run through the barn quick and see if we can snatch anything up, and then go to the house.
Natural 1 on investigation.
Ooh.
Good job.
So got distracted. Bophades yelling.
Yep. So you find nothing. You end up heading towards the barn. And as you approach it, there is the wind shifts, and you are hit with a wave of stench as you approach the barn, and you see what it is. There are several cows laying on their sides inside, flies flying, buzzing all around them. Their insides opened up as if something had torn them apart and was eating part of them.
That's not at all gross. I'm gonna go in and do a quick search for something, any type of weapon or something.
You're still carrying Claudia?
Yep.
When you enter the barn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Niner.
9. You heave. You think you held it back, and then suddenly you heave again, and you just vomit just inside the door. At the far end of the barn, there's a human body that you can see beyond the cows. There's another door on the other end of it that seems to open into the pasture where the cows would graze.
Um, I am going. Is there like a spot where I could put what's her name,
Claudia.
Claudia down,
Oh,
and
you could set her down just about anywhere.
but kind of be like safe? Not that safe is relative.
Put her in one of the cow stalls.
Put her in a cow.
Ew, ew.
I thought they smelled bad
On
on
the
the
outside.
outside.
Uh, Oscar
Hey.
smells the smell, and he's not. He hasn't gone in yet, so I don't know if he doesn't see any of this yet, or whatever he can see from the door.
I'm gonna yell, Oscar, keep watch at the door. Yell if something comes. I need to check something out. So I'm gonna put Claudia down and then go with my weapon in hand, kind of poke at the body.
Okay.
All right.
You walk down at the end and you see it looks like it might have been. You don't think it was a farmhand at all. It may have been an adventurer or something. And his midsection is torn open, and he's kind of been hollowed out, like something ate all the vital organs
Ugh.
inside of him.
Is he wearing clothes and stuff?
Yeah, you want to search his body?
Yeah, you sound a little too excited about that. I don't know if I want to, but yes, I'm going to.
Well, it doesn't take a lot to realize that he has a set of hide armor on. Your midriff will be exposed where it's been torn open,
Mm-hmm.
but he has a set of hide armor. Um, and there's a it looks like some sort of weapon hilt that he's laying on that's underneath him.
All right, I'd strip him of the armor and turn him over to get to see what he was sitting on.
And turn him over. There's a short sword that looks like it hasn't been pulled from its scabbard in a long while. The handle's kind of blood encrusted and a little gross. And you pull it out though, and the blade is fantastic. You found yourself a short sword. You found yourself some hide armor. So you can add those to your inventory and equip them if you like.
Is the hide armor actually gonna fit me?
It's gonna be tight
It's
and midriff, so it's gonna look like a crop top. I mean, Bophades on the crop top. It will,
Hide
it
armor
will,
and
however, give you the protection that hide armor gives you. Oscar, as you're sitting there,
Yeah, making myself as small as possible so that I'm not a
little,
target.
little tiny rabbit, you kind of go down on all fours to try and look like a real rabbit. Look non-threatening. Make a Constitution saving throw. This is the first time you've actually stopped moving and had a moment to actually process everything that has happened at this point.
As a 10.
It's a 10. You feel woozy. You feel nauseous. You feel weak. You need to find a place to rest. You know if this goes on much longer, you're going to expend all your energy and pass out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will, I'll just cast a little prestidigitation to clean myself up while I'm laying there and just try to just watch but rest. I mean, obviously not a short rest, but just not do anything but look.
Right. Both of these, do you go out the back side of the barn or do you come back out the front side of the barn?
What I would do, because Claudia's still laying in the barn, I would crack the door and kind of peek.
Okay.
Like I would kind of be quiet, just in case there's something on the other side. I would just kind of slightly open it a bit.
You pull on the hinge and you push the door and you're trying to be quiet, but the door, and you kind of look out and it's a pasture. There's more dead cows out there, in less They look like they might have been dead longer or eaten a little bit more or like chewed on like wildlife got to them a little bit more. And on the far side of the pasture, you see the fence has been shattered open. And they would be free to come and go if they wanted. Something that's a little concerning on the far side by that shattered fence is there is a dead bull with both its horns gored into the side of one of these cows. And they're laying there in a heap together. He's still got his horns inside the rib cage of the cow. Something made it attack its own.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut the door and grab Claudia and go back by Oscar.
When that door closes and it latches again, you hear a flock of crows from outside. And Oscar, you see like 15 or so crows come flying up out of the field. And they are, make a perception check, honestly. Because they look like crows to you.
11.
11. They don't fly like crows. They look like crows, but they aren't necessarily flying like crows.
I don't like this.
Some of them, you swear to God, one of them's flying without a wing. And they start heading toward you. Both of these, you pick up Claudia and head out the door just in time to look up at see what Oscar's looking at. These crows come flying down towards you guys.
Shit! Quick, Rabbit, the house.
Do we think we can make it to the house, or do we think we should go back in the barn and shut the door before they get?
Trying to shut the door, assessing this door, it's going to be more difficult to try and shut this door than it's going to be to sprint the 100 feet to the house.
All right,
it'll be very close. The timing will be close, but you think the safer option, like, you could try and struggle with the door, but it's hanging from the lower hinge. Like, the upper hinge isn't connected.
Oh.
So trying to turn that around, and it's a huge-ass barn door, so...
Especially with one hand. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You only got 3 hands between the two of you. Yeah, you have 2 feet and 1 hand. Better option, use the 2 feet instead of the 1 hand.
Yeah.
So you guys go sprinting towards the house. Both of you make a dexterity check.
Save
or
check?
Actually, athletics or acrobatics. You could do either of those instead of a dexterity. I'll let you
15 for me.
15 for you.
4.
4. Oscar, you get there first. There's a door, and you're able to open it up, and it thankfully opens inside. And you open it, and you turn around, and Bophades was running, and Claudia slipped off his shoulder. Do you let Claudia be Bophades, or do you keep running? Or do you let Claudia be, or do you try and pick her up to keep running with her?
I would take a quick look over my shoulder to see how close the birds were.
It's going to be, if you run, you'll definitely get to the house. If you pick up Claudia, it's going to be really close.
I would pick up Claudia.
How far away would you say the birds are?
50 feet.
Okay. Can I try to hit the first one with frostbite cantrip?
Frostbite?
Yeah.
What does frostbite do? I have not seen frostbite.
It's just cold damage. Cold damage, and it has disadvantage on a weapon attack but it has to make a con save.
Okay. Yeah. You can frostbite. So it's a con save.
Con save of only 12 because our stats are crap.
14.
But, yeah. Okay. So I send it flying. The bird dodges. I tried though. Try to distract it. Maybe it even a fraction of a second might make a difference.
This is Bophades. Give me a strength check. Or an athletics check as you pick up Claudia. Let's see how well this goes.
You could do it.
8.
It
Get to the farmhouse.
you struggle. You're struggling to pick up Claudia and get her in a good good arm, and you eventually give up and you just grab the shackles on her wrists and start running, dragging her behind you. You get to the door, and the crows are about 30 feet away, 20 feet away, and you're trying to push. You push Claudia in the door. Oscar, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as he pushes Claudia inside the door.
Almost a 20. 14.
14. Almost a 20. 14.
I mean, on the dice.
Oh, okay, on the dice. It's enough, though. He pushes Claudia in, and you jump up. When there's a landing inside the door, and there's 4 steps that go up into a room, and then there's stairs down to a cellar. There isn't a door on either one of those. You shove Claudia inside, and she kind of ends up hanging halfway down the steps down to the cellar. Both of these, you get in there, and I need you to make a strength saving throw to close the door and hold it back against these 15 crows that are coming at you.
19.
19. You
Nice.
slam that door shut, and there's a on the door as you hold it closed. It latches. You lock it, and you look around a little bit, and you think you have a moment here that you may be safe.
I'm going to just put my hands out, like stop, and just listen.
Make
Do
a
I
perception
hear-
check.
Perception.
I would like to get in on that.
Nat 20.
You did better than me. 11.
Oscar, you don't notice anything other than there is light coming in the window. At this point, the sun is all but gone as we hit dusk. There's still just a little blue in the sky, but there is light pouring in one of the windows from the field, which is ablaze. You see that if you go up those 4 stairs, there's a window there on your right. It looks like that's a kitchen up there, but it's a little difficult to see as your eyes are adjusting to... You have dark vision? Hearing gods have dark vision? No. So your eyes are adjusting, and that light coming from the field is giving you the idea that there's like cupboards and stuff. Again, super old, doors hanging open, spider webs. You see a rat go skittering by on the floor. Bophades, listening carefully, you hear the sound of water or liquid dripping from the down in the cellar area. Just a steady drip, 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 drip. Doesn't sound like there's any movement other than like the rats, but there are quite a few rats around. You notice already.
I'm gonna look. Is there? So I don't hear any like shuffling and moaning and shit.
No, nothing like that.
All right. I am going to pick up Claudia from the stairs,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look for a living room area that maybe has a place for a fire, like a fireplace or a fire area.
I don't know if we want to make any light in here, but
You step up into the kitchen. Well, do you go up or do you go down? Honestly, because you have that choice.
I would
Do you
go
go
up because I would think down.
up?
If down is basement, up would be maybe
Okay.
medicine or other such stuff.
Going up the stairs, Oscar, do you follow him or do you go downstairs?
I'm gonna probably just kind of stay in that landing area.
Okay. Do you have any light source or anything, Bo? Because you don't have dark vision either, do you?
I don't have dark vision.
So light from the burning field in the window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay. You move into the kitchen. You're kind of stumbling around. Make an investigation check. stumbling around in the dark.
4.
4. As you are kind of stumbling through, Oscar, you suddenly hear a as he kicks a chair. Bophades, you kick a chair with your boot. Make a dexterity saving throw to stay on your feet. Because you're carrying Claudia, aren't you?
Yeah, 4.
Yep. 4.
Yep.
There's a boom, 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 as Claudia's head bounces off the floorboards.
Sorry, lady.
At least you won't remember this.
Oscar, do you say anything from where you are?
No, I don't know his temperament. You know, some people don't like to be, are you okay when they're obviously not, or whatever.
I would actually yell out, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm down. Not hurt.
At the back side of the kitchen near the table, you find a hallway that goes down to your right, and then it's a short opening. So you went up the stairs into the kitchen, and to your left there is the kitchen and a dining table that you tripped on. And then if you're facing that wall to the left, there's an opening that leads across to another room on the opposite side of the house, and a hallway that goes down the far side of the house. Which
All right.
way would you like to go?
I'm going to pick up
When we
Claudia
were
and put her on the table.
Okay.
when we were outside, could we tell how tall? Like, should there be a second or third floor?
You didn't see there was a second or third floor to this.
Okay, good.
Make a perception check, Bo. Because you're looking for a fireplace, and as you were coming up to the house, I want to see if you noticed where a chimney would have been.
9.
9, yeah.
Almost a nat 20. 9.
Almost a nat 29. Almost a nat 20. That's today's show's episode. So do you move across the house into the other room on the other side, or do you go down the hallway? It gets dark going across the room. You can see there's light coming in from the fire in the field, coming in a window and shining on a wall there. Honestly, you see a fireplace there. You see the light shining on that wall, and there's a fireplace right there. It's cold and empty. Looking down the hallway, though, with a little bit of light coming in there and a little bit of light coming in through the kitchen, looking down the hallway, it just fades to black. You don't see the far end of the hallway.
Rabbit, get your furry ass up here. We need a fire in the fireplace. We need to be able to see. We need to find supplies and shit.
All right. Oscar will make his way slowly, attempting to avoid the chair that he knows is somewhere in the kitchen, and follow the voice.
Make a dexterity check as you're moving through.
Yeah, guess what it was.
You were so concerned about missing the chair that you tripped on the table.
Yeah, walked right into it.
Walked right into it.
Oh, I'm probably about to hide. It probably caught me right in the throat.
What caught you there wasn't the table. It was Claudia's foot with the manacles. Caught you in the neck. Take a point of slashing damage. As it actually cuts into your neck a little bit. The manacles there, where the sharp edge was.
Just when you think it couldn't get any worse.
Yeah.
She cut me with her toenail.
Yeah.
So you move across to the fireplace, Bophades, and Oscar, after kind of holding your neck and running into it, you see him in the light beyond, standing next to a fireplace.
Okay, I will cast Create Bonfire.
Create bonfire. Do you need wood, or does it just burn magic?
No, it'll burn for a minute, but if there's anything flammable, it will it will ignite it. So once there's a little bit of light, maybe go find that chair.
That is a problem. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say that's a problem because there isn't any wood in the fireplace or nearby. But the chair is absolutely made out of wood. So you create bonfire and
I would think with my size, it would be relatively easy to smash an old chair.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you have the meat cleaver that you could use to try and break some of the old
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You break it, you smash it on the floor. It makes quite a ruckus, but you get the chair in there. You got a nice little fire going.
All right. Well, once that's going, I'll ask Bophades if he can cut a piece of the leather off of the crossbow strap, so that I can use that as a spell component.
Yep. Yeah, and I would say yes, and I would set that down. I would also ask him what does he have as a weapon, because I have both the hand axe and the short sword.
I have a chisel in one hand, so that's about all I got.
Would you feel better with a hand axe or the chisel?
Chisel.
Can you use a hand axe? I don't think you can use a hand axe.
I can use it. I'm just not proficient in it. So
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say it's simple and light.
Yeah, no. I get sorcerers only get light crossbows, daggers, darts, quarterstaffs, and slings. So
Okay.
not much. So
As you were talking about this and you got this fire going, you get the sudden feeling as if you're being watched. And you turn and look around, look back into the room now that there's more light, and in a rocking chair, there's a skeleton in like a old farm robe, long gray hair, just kind of still stuck to the head. The skin is there, but it's all emaciated and just held on, sinews holding kind of the neck. It's very dry, but it's just sitting in the chair there. Seems to have something in the hands. Looks like it might be a book or something.
all right, I got to check how this all works because I've never cast or never used this. So let me make sure I got this right. Sorcery points equal to the spell's level. Okay, so I know he's got that cool hide armor that makes him look like
Britney Spears.
I don't know. Yeah, like Britney Spears if she was living in caveman times. But I'm going to
Spears in caveman times.
I'm going to use, now that I have thankfully have the piece of leather, I'm going to cast mage armor.
Ooh.
And I'm going to use my sorcery point twin spell to cast it on myself and Bophades.
Oh, very nice.
So we both now have a base
AC.
A base AC of 13 plus dex then instead of 10.
I just want
So and then hide armor.
Mage armor.
Hide armor is 12. It lasts 8 hours and is not concentration.
Willing creature. You touch a willing creature who
who
isn't wearing armor. That's the thing I wanted to check.
Okay, I'd have to tell him to take the armor off then. Yeah, take the armor off if I got something that looks better than what you're wearing.
Oscar is trying to convince you, Bophades, that the magic he's casting will protect you more than the hide armor you have on. Are you willing to accept having this magic? Take your armor off and have this magic cast on you. Because you can choose not to. You can choose to resist if you'd like to.
I'm trying to think of this if this is something.
Don't metagame this. Make this decision. He's trying to convince you that it's better.
I'm trying to think if my character would actually believe that or
believe
not.
That.
Yeah. Since I'm a ranger, I'm gonna say no. I'm going to believe in my protective armor more than his magic.
Do you have inspiration, Tom?
No.
If you don't have inspiration, take it. Because it would actually be better to have the magic, but you're playing your character and how he would be, so you get inspiration for this.
It's probably only 1 point difference, but
it is. It's only 1 point difference, but
so I'll just cast it on. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna go then, and I don't think it'll matter.
You cast it. You twin spelled it. You were telling him. Oh no, because you had the conversation that
he can't be a target
Yeah,
if he has
if
armor
he's got
on me.
armor.
So
Yeah, that's true.
I'll do that. I'll do the same thing. I'll still use a sorcery point, but I'll go cast it on Claudia in case it ever matters.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
On
and she's
Claudia and
naked, so
myself.
She's
Yeah.
about as
So
about as least amount of armor as you could possibly have.
yeah, she's just got some like straps wrapped around her.
all right, it's cool. My armor class just went from 10 to 13, which feels good.
Awesome.
One less spell slot, but it's worth it.
How much light is being emitted from the fire?
It's lighting up the room. Like someone outside would be able to tell that there's something in there, like, and it would be the flickering more than anything, unless you wanted to try and shield it with like, there's a sofa that you could try and move near the fire to block the light from hitting the windows necessarily, but it's still gonna flicker on the back wall.
Like, is it going down the hallways at all?
No, no,
Okay.
because it's on the wall that like if you're facing the fireplace
Mm-hmm.
and you took like 6 steps to the right,
Mm-hmm.
you'd walk straight forward down the hall.
Okay.
So that light isn't carrying around down the hall. It carries into the kitchen a little bit. You can see Claudia laying there on the kitchen table.
All right. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to take another chair. Is there another chair?
Yeah. There's
I'm gonna-
3 more.
Break a chair and use one of the legs and stick the end in the fire to create a torch. Like a.
Do you wrap anything around it?
Is there anything to wrap around it?
Like curtains or
There's some moth-eaten curtains. The skeleton is wearing a like robe, like a nightgown robe type thing.
Yeah. Then being a ranger, I would look for anything that would help keep a torch lit.
So you go grab the curtains and wrap one of the curtains around it and get that fire and make a makeshift torch. Give me a dexterity check to make this torch.
Oops, wrong one.
Or do dexterity. Hang on, there's probably a better.
I got 14 on dexterity.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I was gonna say sleight of hand. Does sleight of hand make that any better for you?
No.
Yeah, it would. So I had 2 to it. So, 16. Yeah. So you're able. Oh no, that's Oscar. I'm looking at. Never mind. Hang on. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. No. So it's 14. You wrap it around. You do a pretty good job. You tie it up and you're able to keep it going. You light it and you think it's gonna stay, and you have a pretty decent torch, makeshift torch right there.
Since it's close quarters, I would kind of put the sword in my armor and carry the cleaver kind of like for
Okay.
slashing
For a
since
quick-
it's close.
for-
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got your torch in your left hand and your cleaver in your right hand.
Yep. And my
after the scarecrow incident, I want to make sure that skeleton isn't going to pop up and do anything. So I'd probably like try to knock its head off or like push it over, make sure it's not gonna come alive.
Okay. Yeah. You go over there and you. What do you use to hit its head?
Probably just try to
you're-
tip the
you're
chair
good.
over, maybe.
Tip the chair over. It's an old wooden rocking chair.
Yeah.
And you push it over, and there's a and clattering of like dust and bones go rolling out, and you hear something that doesn't necessarily sound like bone or something. Something else went scattering out with it in amongst the
I-
bones.
Want to go find what that is.
Okay,
Can I
make an investigation check, digging through the
Come on.
remains of
good.
this chair and the bones.
11?
11. You find, as you're going through it, a couple of things. You grab the book and you take a look at the book and you realize that this is a spell book.
Ooh,
Some kind. Now you know that isn't going to do you any good.
not a whole lot, no.
Not a whole lot of good. But underneath the body, half hanging out of a pocket in this robe, is a chunk of wood, probably about that long.
Oh, if that, yeah, I will grab it and just attempt to use it to.
You grab it, and you're concerned, but thankful at the same time as you pick it up and examine it and realize it's like a chunk of wood carved in the shape of like a carrot. And your hand wraps around that instantly. This is your wand, but why the fuck does the skeleton have your wand?
That's a good question. I will make sure that it works by casting light. Wait, does that? Hold on, let me make sure. Let's see. Can you? Okay, so I'll question this. If I cast light, no, I'll cast it. I'll cast light inside the fireplace because it lasts for an hour, and I don't think there's a way for me to shut it off. So, because it's not
Oh, you can
concentration. So I'll
dismiss it.
cast.
You can dismiss
Okay.
it. It's your spell.
Okay. All right, I will do that and just make sure that it works.
Yeah. You cast light
Cool.
really quickly. What do you cast it on? Because you got to cast it on an object.
I'll just say a brick inside the fireplace.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Suddenly, light pours out of that brick in the fireplace. And douse it real quick.
Yeah.
The light of the fire is less obvious than this bright shining light inside the fire.
Okay. Knowing I have my wand and I need rest, I'm gonna just tell both of these that I'm gonna go watch over Claudia, and I'll go crawl underneath the table that she's laying on.
Let's back up here
Sure.
because Bophades was walking down the hallway. Bophades, you're about 4 steps down the hallway, and there's a tremendous crash from in the room where the fireplace is, the living room.
I would yell out, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine.
Then
Be
you
careful.
take two more steps, and this is about the point where you're casting light for the first time. There's a thump from the kitchen.
Do we both hear it?
Yeah.
Rabbit.
That's where I'm. That wasn't me.
I'm gonna mutter shit under my breath and then kind of slowly walk my way back to the kitchen to.
You walk your way, and you got your makeshift torch, and you kind of peek around the corner, and Claudia's laying on the floor face down. Not moving.
What the hell did you do?
I wasn't even in here.
As Oscar comes around the corner, he says, I wasn't even in here.
All right, I'm gonna
Both of you standing over Claudia's body face down.
put the torch down by the fireplace so it doesn't burn the house down.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go over to Claudia and kind of roll her over gently.
Just looks like Claudia.
Like, eyes still closed.
Eyes still closed.
I'm gonna give her a couple light pats on the cheek.
Nothing.
I'm gonna cast light on the finger in my hand,
Okay.
and then I can hold it in my hand to kind of shield the light and use it as kind of a makeshift finger lantern. And
So
just
you
kinda,
have one.
like,
Hang on,
follow it a little.
Oscar. Oscar, you have one hand. So how do you do this?
I set
you
the
can't
finger
hold-
down.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'll set the finger down, cast it on it, and then grab it with the wand in my hand,
So you grab it
yeah. So I set the chisel is sitting on the floor then.
and make a dexterity check to get that position where you could douse the light quickly if you wanted to with one hand.
It's a 2.
You struggled to get both of them in your. You could easily hold them in your hand together, but you have unless you wrapped your arm around it to douse it, you're gonna have a hard time dousing it with your hand.
All right. I'd rather have the if I'm having trouble with it, I'd rather have the wand than the finger. So I'll just let it light up the room for a second, and then either I'll put my feet over the top of the finger,
Okay.
and just kind of like let some light peek out between my toes or between them.
I'm
Just
just
see
gonna,
if there's.
I'm gonna look at you and I'm just gonna shake my head like, what the?
Both of these, as you're shaking your head out of the corner of your eye, you swear you saw a shadow move along the wall. from the light coming off the finger, there's a shadow that moved opposite of what you think it should have moved.
Rabbit, did you see that?
See what?
The shadow on the wall.
Is whatever direction he points. Then I'll lift my foot off so the light shines that way.
And it lights up the wall. The whole wall is there and
I don't.
There's
clear
nothing
and
there.
normal. No,
I don't
only the
think-
shadow of Bophades.
I don't think
cast
we're
on it.
alone. I'm gonna go search. I'm gonna do a quick search of this place. We're not alone, but yell if you need something. Keep an eye on her. Don't go far.
Okay. Are there a lot of windows in the kitchen? Then?
There's two. There's two. There's one over the
Okay.
sink near where you came in, and then there's one off the other side
All right.
back
Then
wall of
I'll
the kitchen near the table.
I'll make an attempt to again trying to keep the light covered as much as possible, but knowing I can't completely, just try to like push Claudia under the table and crawl under there and
You put the finger under the table? How do you push her? You have one hand. So you're holding the finger in the wand,
Yeah.
or do you put that like?
I'm gonna keep holding the wand just in case. I mean, I still have an arm, so I can push with it, I guess.
Okay,
And with my
yeah.
feet, and kind of. I mean, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not. I mean, it's just like roll her under the under side of the table, and then crawl under there with her, and kind of keep the finger
Right.
halfway covered as much as possible. But
It takes a hot minute to do this, and
Yeah.
there's some extra thudding and awkward sounds. One point, her head bumps one of the legs of the table, and you kind of get her under there, and you plop yourself. Table's kind of in the corner, so you push her under there, and you kind of get there, so she's behind you. You have the table above you, and you can kind of look out into the kitchen. And you can
Yeah.
see the living room where the fireplace is across the little walkway, and Bo's headed down the hall.
And I mean, I'm gonna be on the lookout for whatever it is Bophades says he might have seen, but I would like to start a short rest if possible, because I have nothing else to do while Bophades goes and investigates the house.
Okay, you can start a short rest there. Don't complete it yet. In
Nope,
case.
nope, I know better. At this point,
Ah.
I don't count anything out.
Bo, you start walking down this hallway, and you see there is a door. There are 4 doors in this hallway. There's a door to your right, and then at the end of the hallway, there's a door in front of you and a door on each side, and all these doors are closed.
I would go down. Whichever door is closest to me, I would. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the door and stick the light in and kind of look to be sure that there's nothing there. Because I can do a search later, but I want to be sure that there's nothing waiting for us. So I'm gonna go down and do that for each door.
The first door that you come to on the right, you go to open and it's locked.
I'll bypass it.
You bypass the door.
Yeah, if it's locked, I'll skip it.
You go down to the end of the hall. You have a door directly in front of you, one to the left and one to the right. Which door would you like to go?
Left.
Left. The left-hand door is actually cracked just a bit. It's not closed tight. You push that door open and you hold the torch into the room. And there is a queen-size bed in there. And on a chair next to the bed is a skeleton that's it's leaned over and head down on the bed. And you see there is actually another skeleton under the covers in the bed. And she seems to have, you say she because of the long hair, has her hands kind of covered and her head down on the hand of the skeleton laying in the bed. That is head off to the side, mouth agape.
I'm gonna go over to the skeleton sitting down and kick at it. Like, give it a kick with my foot.
You kick kick at it with your foot. You kick at the skeleton itself, or do you kick at the chair?
Skeleton itself.
Skeleton itself. You kick the leg, and the bones of the foot just kind of, all those bones in the ankle and everything just kind of sail away under the bed. It's incredibly brittle, and
Okay.
the paper thin, dry skin that is kind of all over it isn't holding it together with anything. Oscar, you hear a rattle of a bunch of hard objects skittering across the hardwood floor in the distance down the hall.
I'm going to do my best to assume it was something normal and ignore it. That that feeling you get when you're like, there's a
Yep.
creak in the house. It must just be the house.
14 years old, home alone for the first time at night. Yep.
Mhm.
Where you go grab your baseball bat. Just for comfort. Not like a baseball bat's gonna help you in that situation, but yeah, it's nothing. You look at the dog. The dog isn't moving. Okay, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, the foot kind of goes clattering away, and the upper body kind of shifts a little bit and
I'm going to kind of go to the one in the bed and kind of bang on it. Not necessarily hack at it, but kind of bang on it to see if it moves, just to be sure that nothing happens.
You have the meat cleaver. Are you using that blade edge, or are you going with the flat of it to bang on them?
Flat of it.
Flat of it. So you just go bonk, 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 like a hollow, um, like the Ewoks banging on the stormtrooper things at the end of Return of the Jedi. Yeah. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Oscar, you hear the dunk, 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 dunk. And then from the other side of the stairs, you hear a similar sound. Dunk, 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 dunk. Coming up from the basement, Oscar.
Well, that's not right.
That's a little harder to convince yourself that everything's okay.
Just ignore it. You're fine.
For now, I'm hiding. That feels like a good place to be.
You are listening intently, and then you hear the drip, 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 coming up from the basement. Like someone left a leaky faucet open or something. Both of these. It echoes kind of in the room hollowly.
I'm just gonna kind of be unaware.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around the room real quick, just kind of glance around to see if there's anything that jumps out at me that's worth taking or using.
There is a. Oh, make an investigation. Well, make a perception check. You're just looking around the room quickly without moving, unless
12.
you're gonna actually search. Quick glance at the room. There is on the. There's a dresser, and on the dresser there, it looks like there is a little, just a small, humble, like jewelry box or something.
I'd go over and just kind of peek at it just to see if it's actually jewelry or if it's.
You flip the latch up on it and open it up, and there's actually two spaces impressed in the felt that look like there might have been rings in the two spaces. And then on the top cover, it looks like there's like marriage vows or something.
I would close it. Be like, oh,
Okay.
that's
Close it
unfortunate.
back up.
Then I'd leave and go to the next room.
Okay. Which room do you go? You come up the door. There was the one straight ahead or the one to the right. Which one do you go to?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead. That door, test the knob. That door opens up. There is a basin on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, there's a huge galvanized tub. It's got a stagnant water in it. Just kind of sitting there, slimy green algae growing on it. And there's on the far side, there looks like a little seat or something with a lid on it, across on a bench
So I would assume that this is a bathroom, and I would look for medicine.
Okay, looking around, the little basin, there's a cupboard door underneath. You open that up, and there are some bandages down there. There is essentially a medicine kit. You find a medicine kit down there. Then what else would be down there? There's a small
A plunger.
jar. Yep. Well, there isn't a plunger because there isn't plumbing necessarily. You don't find a plunger. You don't know that there isn't plumbing yet. Yeah. There's a brush. Yeah, a medicine kit, a brush, some rags.
I would grab the rags and the.
A little jar of like lard-like substance. Smells fragrant.
I would grab all of that except for the brush, and I'm gonna set it down outside the door. So after I go into that next room, I can grab it on my way out.
When you grab all these things from the counter, and you hear drip, and you turn around and look in the basin, and the water's rippling.
I'm gonna look up at the ceiling.
Up at the ceiling, there is a liquid, kind of clinging to the ceiling. And as you watch it, just a droplet forms and drip into the pan.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not dark. It's kind of clearish.
Yep, I'm taking the stuff. I'm going out of the room. I'm gonna set it down, and I'm gonna shut the door.
Okay. So you grab all that stuff. You set it on the floor, and you close that door real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to the last door at the end of the hallway, and it's locked.
I'm gonna put my ear to it.
You hear the drip from the bathroom. You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
All right, I'm gonna gather up the stuff I just put down and go back to the kitchen.
Okay.
I would have at some point doused when I heard the noise in the basement. I would have doused the finger light completely, and then tried to let my eyes adjust as much as I can.
Your eyes are just starting to adjust when Bophades comes around the corner with the torch. He's got an armful of some stuff.
I'll at least look away from the torch, but there's not much I can do about it.
He's got the torch in one hand, he's got the cleaver, and he's got a bunch of stuff kind of piled into his arm. And where do you drop that stuff, Bophades? On the table or on the floor? Or?
I would actually put it kind of by the fireplace, because if we're gonna, because I'm gonna say, Oscar, get over here. I found some bandages. We can fix your hand. Well, the stump.
But Oscar's actually not going to answer, because after the sound in the basement, he's just hiding at this point. He's scared animal hiding. If I don't move, they can't see me, kind of thing.
Damn it, Rabbit, get over here.
You kind of hold the torch over and kind of look, and you can see him under the table. Just kind of shivering.
Fine.
Oscar, you make eye contact with him. He's calling you in there.
Yeah, I'll make eye contact with him, and then I'll look to the stairs going down. Just then hope that maybe he gets a hint.
Yeah, I was just going to say, did you see something? Did you hear something?
And I'm mentioning, did you hear something? You both get very quiet. You can hear the torch crackling a little bit, but in the distance you hear the drip. Drip.
Do you want me to go down and check the basement for you?
I'll look at him and then look at the stairs. Kind of the same thing. Like, I'm hoping that I'm giving him a hint that something, but
yeah, I'm gonna get up with the torch and mumble under my breath, "Oh, my damn 2-year-old's more brave than you are." And go towards the stairs and go downstairs.
Okay, you head down the first set of stairs. Slowly, the third stair down, you step on it. There's a creak as you step on it. You stop. You hear the drip, drip, drip. You continue.
Yep.
You get down to the landing. You turn. You look down the stairs, and it's with the torchlight. You can see it descending down the stairs to a what looks like a cobblestone floor down there. There is no light down there. It seems to open up at the base.
I'll go down. Cleaver at the ready.
You step on the first step, and it clicks. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Oh, shit.
Sucks not being a rogue.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
22.
You lift your foot off that step and jump back onto the landing as all the stairs Scooby-Doo slide straight, and the cobblestone at the base of the stairs lifts up, and you see for a brief moment there is just an open pit of darkness, and it stays open for maybe 3 seconds and then closes and the stairs go back to normal.
How many
If you were
steps?
gonna roll a nat 20, that was the time for it.
Yeah, right.
Really? It really was.
What? How many stairs down was that?
There's 13.
So there's 13.
Oh, the first step you stepped on
Uh-huh.
triggered it. There are 13 stairs total.
Well, shit. I'm going to get down on my...
I'll assume that was noisy enough at Oscar.
Oh yeah, that got Oscar's attention. I assume Bophades probably muttered an "oh shit" or even maybe yelled an "oh shit."
Yeah, I would have definitely yelled an "oh shit." I'm going to get down on my stomach and use the...
Torch just lay in trying to get.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I'm going to
Best
do
view.
is I'm going to throw the torch down into the basement.
Okay. You throw the torch down to the basement. It hits the ground and kind of sputters, and the curtain comes loose from the rest of the wood and sits burning there in a pile on top of that trap door. You can see there's a door off to the left immediately when you get down, and it heads straight forward and looks like it can also turn to the right, but there is no formed wall there necessarily.
All right. I'm going to use I'm going to pull out the short sword and poke at the second stair with enough force to see if it triggers.
Make a strength check. I
15.
mean, I don't want. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. I was gonna say I don't want to be a dick about it, but you're a big guy, so. Yeah. So you poke at it with a 15, hit it, and it's solid. You think you could step on that stair without issue?
I'm going to poke at the first stair one more time.
You poke at that first stair, and the whole thing, it doesn't take much effort at all.
Mm-hmm.
It clicks, the whole thing flips open. The rag that was burning on top of it gets tossed further underneath, almost out of eyesight. Like whatever is in that trap door that opens up, it opens pretty forcefully. After 3 seconds, the whole thing resets again, and the light is getting dimmer where that rag got tossed away. The piece of wood clattered away, and you assume it's out at this point, and then there's just a few embers keeping that rag going.
Because I am so big, I'm assuming I can reach the third step, and I'm going to poke at the third step.
Make a strength check again. That's going to be a reach.
21.
And your leverage is good, and you put your weight on it and it holds.
I don't like this. I want to go explore it. But
All right. The second time he hears the noise, he's going to take the finger and the hand and kind of tuck them under Claudia's arm or something like that, and start following Bophades.
Okay. You grab it. She's actually got something wrapped around her breastline, like old school, like twined, and you kind of shove it in the side there, next to it, so it just kind of stays there, and you go walking with over to where Bophades is on the landing. You get down there by him.
I'm gonna tell Oscar exactly what I did. Like this is trapped. It's only the first step so far. I'm debating on whether I wanna actually step over the first step, and hopefully the rest of the stairs are fine.
And I'll tell him that I heard when he was down the hallway. I'll tell him I heard a hollow sound from the basement. That sounded like something he was doing, but also came from the basement. So that he knows that's why I was being quiet.
So like it echoed what I did.
Kinda, but didn't sound like an echo. Like it sounded like a separate instance of the same sound.
All right, I'm gonna go back up to the. I'm gonna tell Oscar I need a break. I need a rest. I need to sit and collect my thoughts. Let's go back up to the
Me
kitchen.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can wait it out until sunrise, I think we'll have a better chance.
You're gonna try and take a long rest or a short rest.
Well, let's go back up to the kitchen, Oscar, and let's discuss this.
Okay.
All right.
Oscar, back under the table.
Back under the table, peeking out, sit next to.
So I'm gonna suggest taking a long rest where we take turns being sentries, like guarding. Because I'm assuming if we get interrupted during the long rest, that would at least incorporate a short rest, right?
Only for one of you that's resting if you have a watch out. If you both take a short rest, you can both be awake and taking a short rest. If you go to take a long rest, one of you is actually going to be trying to sleep, and the other one will be awake. And if you get interrupted, if you get interrupted, you won't get the long rest, and only one of you will get the bonus of the short rest.
How do you feel about this, Oscar?
Well, I can. It's resource heavy, but I can make us both invisible. But Claudia wouldn't be. That'll at least for an hour. But
well, if we're gonna take a short rest, then we wouldn't need that because we would both be awake, right?
Right.
All right, let's just do a short rest for now and just collect ourselves, and then we can go from there.
All right, make a perception check, the both of you, while you're taking your short rest.
12.
7.
All right.
But together, that's 19.
You notice nothing during your short rest, but something gives you the uneasy feeling that you are being watched.
Of course.
Go ahead and take your short rest, and we will end there.
All right.
God, I love this one. This is so much fun to do this. I am a happy DM.
All right.
All right. Using some hit dice for sure.
Yeah.
Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Yep. All right. We are Two Nerds One Quest. We are here every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Usually there's a Crixus with us, but not today. So take that for what it's worth. We shall be back full strength next week. I don't know.
Holy crap, Oscar. Oscar's not rolling. He rolled
Ah.
several hit dice. His
I
hit
rolled
die.
a 2+1, a 2+1, and a 1+1, and that's my hit dice, gentlemen.
All of your hit dice, right?
Oh,
Yep.
So you got a whopping 8 hit points off of your short rest, bringing you
That's-
to.
I mean, I'm at 13 out of 17, so it's not. I mean, there's only so much you can do as a level 3 sorcerer, but
That's true. That is true.
hey, it doubled my hit points, more than doubled
Yep.
my hit points, so I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You
Sorry
took a
for
point of damage to the neck.
Yeah.
It's like I had you
Anyway.
starting at 6, but that's right.
join us every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, and we'll be back to our Two Nerds One Quest proper next week. Join us, twitch.tv/TomMNorm, TOMMNORM. Let others know about the show. Share it with everybody else. Patreon.com/Two Nerds One Quest if you want to support us. Give us some reviews and ratings wherever you get your podcast from if you are listening to this in podcast form. If you are watching this, give us a like. Follow the channel. Get notified when we go live. Also, if you don't mind for 2 seconds, I am releasing a book next Saturday. bit.ly/NightTracer, NIGHTTRACER to get to the links. Superhero style mystery kind of thing. So
It's good book. Very good book.
Yep. Both Genius and
It's
John had a chance to review it and edit it, whatever you want to call it, review, edit, proofread.
Proofread. Or not
you go.
proofread. Beta read.
Beta read. Yep, beta test.
Beta test it,
So-
basically.
That's coming out next Saturday, Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You'll get the digital versions, or you can order from Amazon the physical copy. So that's coming out. bit.ly/NightTracer. Otherwise, that's it for me, for Genius, for DMJC. Catch you on the flip side. Deuces.
Yeah. To run the encounter creator,
Okay.
to run encounter straight out of the books. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I don't know if that's possible yet.
Go to the link in chat, vote on some show titles.
Oh hell yeah! Sorry. I'm talking about post-show stuff.
You guys look at show titles. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, you go poop. We should throw that show title in there quick. You go poop.
All right. Titles we got this week. The Scarecrow Scared Me. I thought they smelled bad on the outside. What does Frostbite do? I don't know if that was supposed to be Frostbite or Frostbite. I don't remember who said it, but almost a 20, 14. At least you won't remember this. Almost a nat 20, and Britney Spears in Caveman Times. Oh man, what was the other one was called? Bophades rooms have body parts, I think.
Yeah.
I,
Oh, can I change my vote?
yeah, I think if you click on it a second time, it makes it.
Oh no, it allows you to vote a second time. Oops.
Yeah,
Can I
you
remove-
can vote
oh,
on
I
as
can
many
unvote.
things as you want.
I can unvote it too.
I'm gonna do. Oh, that's the one I was gonna do. Huh? That's funny. At least she won't remember. Yeah, I'm gonna put emphasis on the she. At least she won't remember this. Oh yeah. Oh, that wand made that wand and those extra hit points. I'm feeling if there's a third, if we do when we, I'm assuming we'll play this out eventually. But when we
Oh sure.
having a wand and having some hit points and still having like 6-ish hours on a mage armor, much better place now than we were. I mean, at the end of the last episode,
Oh
but-
sure, yeah.
still uneasy.
Oh yeah.
Uneasy feelings.
That's fun. I
So,
love that I can
mission
create an
accomplished.
atmosphere. Love that I can create that atmosphere. I mean, hell, listening back to the first one, I creep myself out. I'm like listening to it, I'm like, oh, damn, I like that. And that and the music that Norm's got with it and the creaking door using
Hmm.
that sound effect, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide between do you armpit tuck the chisel versus the wand if I need to swap out, or can I carry it where the wand is out one side and the chisel's out the other side? And
There was
but I'm
a like nightgown, a human-sized nightgown on that skeleton. I
oh
don't know
yeah, I
how
can
well
make a
that would hold
little.
together. There was clothing item on the lady sitting by the bed as well. So I mean, like, there's places where for you to get some clothing items if you wanted some pockets.
Yeah,
There
or at
was there
least
was
make a
I mentioned a dresser. There may be something in the dresser too. Who knows?
yeah, and with the ability to make light, and then yeah, maybe we can make a makeshift satchel of some kind, fold it up and tie it around
Yeah,
just
that
to be
too.
able to carry stuff. But
Yeah.
the you said the medicine kit, that's a healer's kit, is what
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's what it was. Okay.
yeah. Healer's kit.
Unfortunately, neither of us are clerics. I think it's just a matter. I don't think it'll
You can
gain
use
us
it to
any points, but
stabilize someone if they die. You can use it
yeah.
to stabilize someone.
So, but bandages.
Hey, at least she won't remember this. Seems to be the title, Norm.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Oh
what a
man.
hair-raising tale.
Haha.
Ayo.
Yeah, there's a whole different story if you went into the woods. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, I believe it, man. I don't know what to say.
If it would have been Oscar would have fought for it. If it would have been more of a summertime, he would have probably went for the woods to find the spell components. But it's
Oh
like, what
yeah.
are the odds? Late fall, you're gonna find moss and
Yeah, exactly.
fireflies and stuff. It's like, yeah, no, we'll go where it looks a little more hidden-y.
Setting the cornfield on fire was a very good idea. It has either completely hindered or severely hindered the zombies. We'll find out later.
Yeah, I was afraid to cast a bonfire in the barn with there being cows and stuff, and it's like that could have been a little more explosive than we wanted it to be.
Uh-huh.
Good call on breaking down the chair for the fireplace too. That was quick thinking. Because I'm like, there's nothing there. There's no
Mm,
wood there or anything. All the stuff is gone and empty and ashen. And then you say, I'll go
mm.
break down the chair. I was like, oh, yeah, the chair's made out of wood. Sure, throw that in there.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we probably, with more time and feeling a little better, and maybe if we can make it till morning, to just like literally drawer search the entire kitchen and everything and find. I mean, because there's probably something helpful somewhere, especially if we have a way to carry more stuff. But
Yeah, butcher knife.
two,
Maybe.
we got two locked doors and an open basement right now that
Mhm.
we don't know what's in.
Yep. And a trapped set of stairs. I thought for a minute you were gonna say, throw me down the stairs.
I mean, I probably can jump it.
You probably could. It's a set of 13 stairs. You're gonna hit your head on the thing. Oh, there's a closet too. Shit, I forgot to mention that.
That's fine. Maybe we didn't notice it with the fire and everything else.
Yeah,
Once
we
Yeah.
didn't have
once we
real
take
good
a short
lighting.
once we take a short rest, I'll probably end up, and this is metagame, so I don't know if you want me to say this or not, but I'll probably
Go
go
for it.
back to the locked doors and kick them
Oh,
open.
sure. Yeah. I mean,
You know.
well, it'll depend on what you do with the stairs. I mean, downstairs is a whole. There's a whole ball game down there too. So,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
um, it'll
Yeah,
be
and
up to you what you do.
I can cast light on anything you're carrying. So
Yeah. So you don't
like
necessarily
I could
need a
make your
torch.
sword light up so you can have two hands free, or
Oh,
for weapons and things. So
oh
you don't
shit,
have to
yeah.
like choose between a torch and a weapon.
You could break off a little splinter of wood from the chair and have him cast light on that, and then you could easily just
Mm.
cup it in your hands if you needed to go dark quickly.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, I think I can only have one active at a time though. So if you have it, I don't.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true because they used it in Acquisitions Incorporated. Jim lit up a coin and threw it down the hallway, and Viari walked down the hallway, picked up the coin, and then Jim cast light on his wand again, and the light down by Viari went out. It was hilarious.
All right.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
So I'm gonna send us on a raid to someone called Sly Flourish, who is doing
Oh.
a D&D lazy. It says lazy D&D chat. So I have no idea who
Sly
this is.
Flourish is great. Check out his YouTube channel if you get
Oh,
a chance. He's got a
see.
lot of good. Well, if you want a DM, check out his YouTube channel. There's a lot of good DM information there, for sure. I've watched quite a few of his videos.
And if you're looking for entertaining and semi-professional review watch of the Legend of Vox Machina episodes, there's a channel that I caught that I think Travis Willingham also mentioned on Twitter called Previewed. It's preview with the letter D at the end.
Okay, yeah.
They're entertaining, but not, just seems like a couple of guys who are just having fun. So
Yeah.
if you want to see their commentary along with some of the scenes.
Nice.
Anyway, I lied. His channel doesn't allow raids unless it's from in-network. So whatever the hell that means.
Oh, must have to be his friend or something, or
Yep, probably. So never mind. We're just gonna shut the stream down.
Well, go
So-
check out Sly Flourish. He's live right now, so
Yeah.
go check him out. We'll leave you with that recommendation.
Pseudo
I
raid.
do enjoy his YouTube content. So if you're looking for something to stay on Twitch with this morning, that's a direction we will push you.
And hey, Norm, we didn't die. So there's that.
Yes, we did not die. Hooray for not dying.
And Claudia won't remember anything.
And she won't remember anything. Later, nerds.